Good morning, church. I hope you all woke up blessed and feeling cheerful on this Valentine's Day. Remember that it is a feast that we're celebrating, and you're not to use Valentine's Day as an idol because that is a sin. It's okay to celebrate it, and just remember, we're supposed to worship God. We don't worship false idols. I want to say a couple things here let me look at my notes. First of all, you've seen some of my reels that have gone through, and basically what I've been doing is telling people what has been going on over the past couple weeks that's been being caught. When you have people that are doing badly and they're not following the law, and they're being very malicious and vindictive, you'll see things like what's circling around me. I want people to remember that I see people all the time that revolt when you tell them something they don't want to hear. Now, I'm not sensitive about things. So when people, and this is a multitude of people that's been doing it, have been going around because they're upset about hearing the truth and think that I'm targeting them in my videos when I'm really not. I say the same things over and over again, just sometimes. And so the timing of things might seem like I'm talking specifically about a person, but it's really not going on like that. So for those of you who were all up in the gym doing crunches because you're hurt that you think I was talking about you or said something about something that you felt was private, I hate to break it to all of you, but usually when I say something online, I say it because a multitude of people have come to me with that same situation. And I want to, because of that, I want to try to clear it up. Now, again, I've had, in the course of this, over the past couple of weeks, I've had people that have exposed some of these guys from Project Veritas and OMG. And I'm going to say this again. I forgive everybody. But the problem, and that's a given. I don't take things personally because I know that when people do attack a person, like it's been going on with me, they're doing it because of their own malicious behavior, and they don't want to change because they're addicted to a bad behavior. And so again, so anybody out there doing crunches because they're offended in front of me, trying because of things that they think I was exposing specifically because of them, I got a news flash for you. Again, I will say things like the tattoo stuff. I've been preaching and teaching on that for a very long time. That's not something that's new for me. The same goes for me teaching and preaching the stuff that I was taught via the Masons, because most of what you're hearing with regards to the Masons is true in a positive form. They're not satanic. They're not a cult. They believe in truth in the word, and they celebrate Jesus and the fact that he was a carpenter. And a lot of people who don't want to give up their demonic and Jezebel type behavior lash out at the Masons because of that. This is a huge, huge problem that needs to be resolved. Again, there's people that have talked to me that are from Project Veritas that I see floating around me, and I'm not talking about you. This is some of the teachers, okay? And I need for people to understand these guys are going back and defending me. But there's other people, and so I don't mean this towards you. So I wanted to make that clear so that those of you that are paying attention know that I'm not specifically talking about you teachers. That's not the same thing. So I'm talking about the people that are that James is exposing in these videos. Because James is wrong too, because he's married to me. And he lied to my lawyer about it. Either he did or people from Project Veritas did. So there's a huge problem where that's concerned. And there's people that don't trust him because of it. The other thing I want to talk about is the fact that, let me read my notes. The other thing that I want to talk about is that it lets me know that people are listening to me. That's how I knew not to believe the numbers for the likes and shares. Because when you're getting 13,000 likes on one post, and I've got YouTube showing me in my reels that people are watching what I post in the multitudes. It's not just a tiny little bit. A lot of my videos go viral very quickly. And so I knew better than to listen to what the numbers are showing. That's stuff that's normal. That's been going on for a lot of years. It's misinformation to not allow the likes and shares on people's pages so they can't see them. So that alone is wrong. And again, this has gone on for me for years. All three of my kids were wrongfully removed. On top of this, whoever was doing this stuff within the governmental system was going to the degree where they provoked Social Security. And I don't know how this happened with regards to my date of onset, which is very relevant because I was born disabled. So there's no confusion here. On top of that, that was reasserted when I obtained the asbestosis poisoning on the military base, because they've got pictures of my lungs from multiple occasions when I was a military brat on base. So they know that I was my lung disorder, the pulmonary fibrosis with the COPD, was acquired during the time that I was working as a newspaper delivery girl for the Navy Times, which is the reason that that's not the whole reason I received my benefits. My adopted father was a military service member, an active duty service member for over 20 years. And because of that, I received benefits, not just because of my service-connected disabilities, but also because of the contract that I have with Department of Defense with regards to being the heir. So there's no confusion here. Along with the Masons, I worked with both the Masons and the Department of Defense in delivering newspapers for both of them. And so I often forget about the Masons, and I apologize for that, with delivering newspapers in Hawaii, because it was international. What we did there was we put the labels on, and we stamped the envelopes and we stuffed them. We were paid for that, and we donated our money back to the Masons as a show of gratitude for helping the Job's daughters to do the work that we do. So again, if you're a Joby and you swore an oath, that's what we called us. Job's daughters were called Jobies. If you're a Joby and you swore an oath, then you know better to listen to the hype, because you know these guys are full of doo-doo. So there's no confusion here. And this is all part of the process. It's most of what you're seeing was prophesized with the relationship me and my husband had when I was 17 in that group home. So everybody has an understanding. I'm going to go back and make more reels, because the numbers seem to be a little bit more honest in YouTube than what it is in Facebook. And again, I want everybody to have the understanding that this is not something that just happened. This has been going on for years. More so since the stuff that happened in Bremerton when I caught the DVR. That's got all the Epstein videos on it. And I believe that Epstein was collecting some of those videos in order to use them as blackmail. That's what my thoughts are. Now, Department of Defense, Department of War, and Department of Justice probably have way more evidence than the evidence that I caught. But the problem is I caught it in 96. And they didn't do anything about it until now. That's 30 years later. Why would you wait? That's enabling. There's something wrong with that. I know in 2003 I was caught they probably thought I was being a vigilante again, which I really wasn't, because they were not prosecuting. I took it upon myself to do a little bit of investigating to see whether or not what was on the videos was real. So you'll see if they talk about the path that I took, they're going to talk about some of the jobs that I acquired in order to verify the facts of the DVR, which has been done. I did that a long time ago. In the process of that, other people that watched me through the years saw this going on and saw that I was catching the people. And so the military and my dad, my adopted father, were mad because they thought I was taking the law into my own hands, which I really wasn't. What I was doing was investigating according to the contract I have with Department of Justice and Department of Defense with regards to being the heir. Now, you've got some people that are sitting here because they're not realizing I'm a professional minister. I was professionally ordained. Okay. So when I talk about, okay, the advice that I give came from professionals. It's not stuff that I just pulled out the rump or out of a rabbit's hat. It's stuff that I studied and investigated before I gave the advice to other people. And it's so funny how groups of people, it seems like, would come to me all at once and say, hey, Tina. So because of that, there's people that think that I was targeting them personally, and I really was not. It's not the same thing as people going in and hacking me, which I have absolute evidence of, and stealing my stories so they can take credit for them, knowing they never did any of the work. See, that's fraud and plagiarism. There's a difference between what happened with me with regards to Project Veritas and OMG and the stories that I deliver, because groups of people come to me and say, hey, Tina, this is a serious issue. I would also, again, like to thank Park Meadows, Medallion Real Estate. I think it's Medallion. Star Transportation and Bronson Methodist Hospital, because they have helped combat all of this. I again want to tell people that going around doing crunches because you think that I have a complex about my little skin on my stomach from losing all the weight that I've lost, you got another thing coming, because it doesn't bother me like that. And neither does any other of the other personal below the belt attacks that you're trying to throw at me. So you need to stop. Because all you're doing is making yourself look foolish and letting people know that you've not forgiven and you're still holding grudges. I'm not going to say anything to the people specifically, just to tell them that you need to turn around and go do something else instead of trying to attack me because you're mad that you had things go the wrong way when I told you the truth. Again, I love everybody and I forgive everybody always. I always do that. You don't ever see me after somebody does something to me, go and be malicious or be a vigilante. Excuse me. That's not my purpose. My purpose is not to hate on people. And that's not the same with these guys trying to attack back. So I want you to pay attention. When you see that going on, report it. Because that's how these guys got caught. Again, I am married to James O'Keefe III, who co-created, he didn't create it, he co-created Project Veritas with me. So if he's out on a date, please snap pictures of him and send them to my page so that everybody can see what he's doing. Because James is wrong for what he's doing. He does not have permission to be out on dates with other women, nor does he have permission to be in hotel rooms with other women. I find it offensive. The picture of him with that woman, he doesn't have permission to be with her like that. And standing there drinking alcohol? Are you kidding me? He needs serious help. He refuses to take responsibility for his actions. I forgive him because but know that he's sick with the Jezebel spirit. So are the women that are chasing after him. It is illegal to go after somebody just for sex. And everybody saw that. I posted the regulation on that yesterday. So if that's what you're doing, I hope you get caught and go to jail, all of you. Because when we focus on things like that, instead of focusing on innocent people and trying to prosecute and target innocent people, we make real change in the system. So to Pam Bondi, Miss Bondi, I'm going to say something to you. You need to go after all these people. Our government's not going to collapse. We're just going to have a new group of people. As long as we vet them better than we did the first group, We'll have a better government than what we started with. You cannot keep all these corrupt people. You have to prosecute them. It's the law. That's why you see the people on the street not respecting the law, because they see people like Pam Bondi hollering, we can't prosecute these people. It's too much. That's why everybody's getting away with everything and not taking the law seriously. It's not because of law enforcement. It's because of these rogue judges who are going after innocent people like me, instead of doing their job and prosecuting the real lawbreakers. Do that and you'll have something. With God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day. Back the badge and support the Purple Gang. And please enjoy your feast of Valentine's Day.